Hello, everybody. Welcome to Youth Connect. I'm Aiden.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
Hi, I'm Joshua.
I'm Nibras.
And welcome to our Youth Connect. Now, for everybody that's here, just so you know, and for all of our listeners that are listening in, Jeffrey will not be attending today, but we do have something secretly planned. So don't think that you're not going to have a little bit of Jeffrey music. Don't worry. Anyways, for people that don't know and people that are here for the show, for people that are new, Youth Connect is a news, interest, entertainment show that was created during the pandemic by the community for the community. You've met my other co-hosts, Joshua, Kevin, and Nibras. But first off is myself with gaming news. To start off our Youth Connect, we always have to do our Spotlight Game of the Week. Now, what is our Spotlight Game of the Week? Well, our Spotlight Game of the Week is basically a game that I'm going to shine the light on, and I want you guys to check out. And this game has actually been quite a huge following for it, guys, and actually just released today. Today's Game of the Week is Ghostwire Tokyo. This is a weird game because guess what, guys? You will need to face the unknown and uncover the truth to save the city. Tokyo is overrun by deadly supernatural forces, perpetuated by a dangerous occultist, causing Tokyo's population to vanish in an instant. Ally with a powerful spectral entity on their quest for vengeance and master a powerful arsenal of abilities to unravel the dark truth and behind the disappearances as you face the unknown. Now, the amazing thing about this is that you can explore a unique vision of Tokyo, twisted by a supernatural presence, from its ultra-modern cityscape to its traditional temples and narrow alleyways. Discover a hauntingly beautiful city teeming with yokai vengeful spirits that prowl the streets. Discover iconic landmarks like the Shibuya Crossing and the Tokyo Tower, frozen in time when the city's population disappeared, and travel to the surreal underworld on your quest to save your family. I love a game that follows Japanese culture and specifically the culture of yokai. This is a interesting game point, guys. If you're scared of yokai, this game is probably not for you because it apparently has a lot of jump scares, but the artwork looks absolutely fabulous. Sadly, though, only PS5 players will get to play this game. You know what? I might consider getting a PS5 because you know what? It has a lot of cool games that are going to be coming out. Anyways, though, next up is Kevin, and Kevin has with us some all-important news.
Hello, everyone. You're with me, Kevin Aruja, listening to Youth Connect. Let's go to the headlines. Ontario commits millions for Honda plant upgrades to manufacture hybrid cars. Ontario reports for blockbuster film and TV production year in 2021. Go Transit bringing back 30 minutes or better service on Lakeshore East and Lakeshore West lines. Raptors coach Nick Nurse says that the post-season series would be terrific for growth of his young team. And of course, breaking news, John Tory to run photo in the third term. And for an interesting fact, there's going to be some surprise at the end. So John Tory is hoping to lead Canada's largest city for 4 more years. Tory announced Friday morning that he will run for election in October, saying that he decided to seek a third consecutive term after getting his family blessing and support. First elected in 2014, the 67-year-old had previously mused about being a two-term mayor, but backed away from that in recent years, suggesting that a third term was possible. Tory said that he loves leading Toronto and wants to continue advancing the city goals and growth. Canada's Prime Minister and Ontario's Premier announced millions in funding support for domestic hybrid car production on Tuesday, but both leaders dodged questions on the possibility of incentive to help Canadians buy them. Justin Trudeau and Doug Ford were in Alliston, Ontario on Wednesday to formally announce that the $131.6 million each government has committed to spend on upgrades at a Honda manufacturing plant that will eventually build the 2023 CRV and CRV hybrid vehicles. Both leaders said the plan would help ensure good local auto sector jobs into the future. The Ontario Liberals promised Wednesday to give families rebates up to $8,000 for buying or leasing a zero emissions vehicle and $1,500 for purchasing charging equipment. The party said an elected Liberal government would make charging stations more widely available in apartment buildings, parking lots, city streets, and transit stations through a 30% subsidy for charging infrastructure. The province's 394 productions made last year brought in a $2.88 billion in spending for the economy. The figures represent more than 48,000 full-time direct and spin-off jobs that could include technicians, production managers, location managers, craft services, and more. That's a 38% rise from the 232 productions in 2020, when the COVID-19 pandemic forced a brief shutdown of film and television work for part of a year. Recent Ontario shot productions, including the Hulu/CTV series The Handmaid's Tale and CBC's Pretty Hard Cases, along with Sarah Polley's upcoming film Woman Talking and the Kevin Hart comedy The Man from Toronto. The GO Transit is bringing back 30-minute service or better is on its Lakeshore East and Lakeshore West lines as part of a broader plan to boost trains and bus frequency as more people return to work and other events. That include a move to only hourly train on the Lakeshore East and Lakeshore West lines during evenings and weekends. As a result, the last eastbound trip will down depart Pearson's International Airport at 11:27 p.m. and the last westbound trip to leave Union Station at 11 p.m. Services frequency on the UP Express will remain at 30 minutes for the time being compared to 15 minutes pre-pandemic. And on the sports news, Raptors coach Nick Nurse says a postseason series would be terrific for growth on this young team. The Toronto Raptors postseason hopes to have come to 10 final regular season games. 8 of them are at home, and what should be a noisy, jam-packed Scotiabank Arena after playing much of a home schedule in front of virtually a handful of family and friends due to COVID-19 restrictions. For a youngster such as Scotty Barnes, a frontrunner from NBA Rookie of the Year, these games will be the most important of his career so far. Thursday's game and is the first of 4 straight at home. The Raptors host Indiana on Saturday, Boston on Monday, and Minnesota on Wednesday. And on the weather news, there will be cloudy with showers into the afternoon and evening. Snow rain showers predicted overnight. Lobe of the polar vortex set to slip past Ontario this weekend, with colder temperatures and a nasty wind chill returning on Monday. Do you like swimming at the beach or playing outdoors with friends? How about the change in seasons? All these things are made possibly by the sun. Yes, you're absolutely right. And our interesting fact of the week, we're speaking about the sun. The sun controls our season, it controls how and when food grows, it even controls that we were asleep and awake. The sun is the largest thing in our solar system. It makes up 98% of the matter in the solar system. Because of its size, it has a strong gravitational pull. It keeps the Earth, the stars, the moons, and the other planets in line. And a fact about the sun is over 4.5 billion years old. It started as a cloud of dust and gas. It slowly formed a massive center and it gained heat. It is made of hydrogen and helium gases. The temperature of the sun is around 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The inner core is much hotter. To put in this perspective, a day of a 90-degree weather feels hot to us. Water boils at 212 degrees. And this has been your Youth Connect for the local news, weather, and interesting fact. This is Kevin Aruja signing off, and now over to Aiden's video gaming and board gaming news.
Thank you so much, Kevin, for for the facts about the sun. The sun is such an important factor for the Earth on its own. You know what? It's the main star that all the planets orbit. So without the sun, it'd be freezing cold, and all the planets would be out of whack. So thank you so much, Kevin. Now, remember a few weeks ago, guys, how I was talking about the 3DS slowly going to close its online game borders? Well, here's some interesting news. Out of nowhere, a random Australian indie developer called Gerald Dulay has announced that he is bringing 7 new titles to the Wii U and 3DS eShops. Despite the fact that Nintendo is closing its digital storefronts for the two systems. Dulay states that the move was in response to the news of the closure and significant fan demand for the games. He said that he is going to be announcing 7 new titles to launch exclusive on Nintendo Wii U and Nintendo 3DS. What? Why? Well, he says that it is a significant fan demand. They're going to be bringing these 7 final games to these consoles. Now, these games called Starlit Hills is a really weird series. I looked it up, and apparently it's a huge following in Australia. I've never ever heard this series before, but apparently it's been moved into main development to the Switch, but sadly that they couldn't develop them fast enough, so he's releasing it for the 3DS and Wii U so that they don't lose all of their content for the games that they've created. Now, it's a really weird thing to hear that people are releasing games for the 3DS and Wii U. But if I'm being honest, if you guys know, Just Dance 2021, or I think it was 2022, released on the Wii randomly, even though that was the latest game that for the Wii, even though the Wii died off about 2012. It was a really old system. But guess what? Old systems get new games. So I'm really excited to hear about this. Apparently, it's a really good Australian indie developer. So when this game releases, I can't wait to check them all out. I'm going to check out the series a bit more, and I hope you do too. Anyways, next up, we have Joshua with a good news stories and animal news.
Good afternoon. Welcome to You Connect now for a good news story. A Nigerian mom found out the hard way that Jaundice is a dangerous disease in Africa, but now she's putting an end to the infant disease with her new technology company startup, which is making solar-powered cribs. After her traumatic experience with Jaundice as a new mother, Virtue Oboro completely changed her professional life in an effort to help prevent the terrifying situation from happening to other moms. Oboro's son was just 48 hours old when he had to be rushed into the intensive care unit, suffering from a build-up of bilirubin, which causes yellow skin and can lead to permanent damage or even death. The treatment is fairly simple and widespread in developing countries. It is the blue light phototherapy. Virtue's hospital had no phototherapy devices, so her son had to receive a risky emergency blood transfusion. Thankfully, her son would make a full recovery. Out of her experience, Virtue thought to herself if there's something else she could do to make the pain less for the babies and the mothers. But what can a visual designer like her do? Well, with the help of her husband and a pediatrician designed the crib Aglow and named her new company Tiny Hearts. The portable deployable phototherapy unit is powered by the African sun and costs 1/6 the price of a normal phototherapy crib and manufactured in her homeland of Nigeria. 2 years ago, Crib Aglo picked up $50,000 grant from Johnson & Johnson, and now the Crib Aglo can be found in 500 hospitals across Nigeria and neighboring country of Ghana. In fact, it has already been used on 300,000 babies. Virtue was recently been awarded for the 2022 Africa Prize for Engineering Innovation with 500,000 babies saved from jaundice by deploying the cribs to rural areas with no hospital or electricity needed. Now for another good news story. In a large study in Australia, a 7-week cooking class was found to significantly improve mental health and well-being physical health markers, confidence and life satisfaction, as well as the ability to change eating habits. It suggests that by simply returning to home-cooked meals, the society could greatly improve the overall health condition of its citizens. The recently published paper reveals that 67% of all Australians are overweight. An international team of researchers aimed to investigate if a course of 7 90-minute cooking classes could improve health outcomes by restoring confidence in people's ability to cook for themselves at home. The 90-minute hands-on cooking session used a new recipe each week to support learning of new skills and knowledge about nutritious food to enable increased cooking confidence, skill development, and food literacy knowledge. In addition, the participants were taught knife handling skills and were given tips and advice about healthy options for how to boost flavor and create dishes using fresh foods. 6 months after the classes, the participants all reported significant improvements. However, one can suppose it's due more to the deployment of the knowledge gained in the kitchen over the subsequent weeks, and perhaps even due to more time with family and friends over cooked meals. Oh wow, this means that nothing beats a home cooked meal. Now turning to animal interest news. Two species of glass frog were found living in the same 6,200-acre reserve, showing just how much is yet to be discovered in the tropical Andes. When biologist Juan Giasamin and his companions entered the area looking for species of glass frogs, they found several specimens that seemed to have all the same features. They were both see-through, displaying their heart, liver, and GI tract proudly through their translucent bellies. Beyond that, they had the same speckled patterns on their lime green backs and the same small size of 2 centimeters. It was only back at the lab when Gia Salmon and the rest of the research team were sequencing the DNA of the new frogs into the glass frog genetic database that they realized that they were dealing with totally unique species. Northwest Ecuador is a place of such extraordinary biological diversity. It contains a South American biome known as the tropical Andes, which astonishingly contains twice as many amphibians as in the whole of the Amazon rainforest. Congratulations to the team who found these interesting creatures. This is Joshua Shore reporting for You Connect. That's it for me. Now I'll send it back to you, Aiden.
Thank you so much, Joshua, for your good story news. It's always my favorite. And to hear about that lady, she has a giant heart to take care of all of those little hearts. So I absolutely love that story. Thank you so much, Joshua. For our final gaming news, we got to do a board game of the week, similar to our video game of the week. But guess what? It's a board game. And today's board game is actually a really new one called Jurassic World: The Legacy of Isla Nublar. Welcome to Isla Nublar, where you and other scientists, dreamers, and schemers will build an attraction like no other. Take on the role of visionaries John Hammond and Simon Masrani, visiting scientist Dr. Alan Grant, Dr. Ellie Sattler, Dr. Ian Malcolm, and sharp-minded park personnel Claire Deering and Dr. Henry Wu, and many more, each playing a vital part in the island's legacy. Together, you will transform Isla Nublar into an astonishing paradise where awestruck visitors encounter creatures never before seen by human eyes. Decide where to build park facilities, dinosaur enclosures, and guest attractions, and keep employees and visitors safe from the mighty Tyrannosaurus Rex, colossal Brachiosaurus, clever Velociraptor, and other threats. In Jurassic World: The Legacy of Isla Nublar, you play through 12 adventures in which you customize an entirely unique game board and breed new dinosaurs you cannot unmake. Your team's fateful choices will have a lasting impact. Creating your own Isla Nublar story, your own experience will accumulate in an endlessly replayable game of your own creation. So there's multiple endings, multiple different stories to take place, many players to play with, and also it has a bunch of characters from Jurassic World. It is a great game, guys. It has all of the RPG standpoints. I like this mutating, creating dinosaurs kind of concept to a board game. Sounds kind of weird, but you know what? Weird is good because it's new, it's interesting, and it hasn't been done before. Anyways, this is the end of my video gaming news. And next up, we have Nibras with entertainment and podcast news.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys today? My name is Nibras Khan, and I'm your for the entertainment news. Let's get straight in our top story. And the top story is about. So this is a different kind of top story. It's a fashion top story and entertainment too. So the Toronto Maple Leafs will debut their next gen uniform on Wednesday was created in collaboration with Canadian pop icon Justin Bieber. Yes, that's true. The first reversible sweater in North America pro sports was designed in partnership with Adidas and the NHL. It features the primary crest with Shaburi-inspired print and the Toronto skyline woven into the bands of the arms of the sweater and the uniform socks. The reversible versions features the Drew House Beaver's brand inspired version with gold trim and with elements of the Drew House motif inside the classic Leafs logo. My love for the Maple Leafs has always been a big part of who I am, and my passion for the team and the passion of millions of fans is stitched into the next gen sweater. Bieber said in a release. I'm grateful to the Leafs for the chance to team up again to create something so authentic for the team and its fans. Vinicius' next gen game is part of an annual team event established in 2017. We are excited to be able to make next gen to another level with this special uniform designed with our next generation in mind, said Leafs president and alternative governor Brendan. The opportunity to collaborate with Justin and Drew House to create such a unique alternative sweater will make it even more special for our fans and for the team. The Next Gen Games debuted in 2017 as a celebration for our youth in the community to unite fans of all ages through the team and the game of hockey. The annual event features family friendly, engaging programming and sees youth participating in several areas of the game's operation, including team introduction, in game entertainment, and broadcasting. The next gen Eddie Zero Prime game. That's the company, and that's a side company for Adidas. It's a brand. Is authentic NHL sweaters were unveiled for all 32 teams this season. The next gen uniform became the 15th alternative uniform worn by the Maple Leafs in the club history. So if you're a Maple Leafs fan, I'm pretty sure you would know that they have collaborated with Justin Bieber to bring out a sweater, and this is just good news. I mean, collaboration with any kind of any brand is just amazing, and that to Maple Leafs. And the sweaters are just amazing. I saw the pictures. So if you just wanna go to Google and just write 2021 sweaters with Justin Bieber's, it's just the both those sweaters. One is in a blue color, and the second is in a yellow color. So yeah. And to my second story. Now, before I go to my second story, I'll let you give you guys the fact of the day. And today's fact of the day is drum roll, please. Did you guys know the moon has moonquakes? Yes, that's true. Just as the earth has earthquakes, the moon has, you guessed it, moonquakes. Less common and less intense than the shakes that happen there. Moonquakes are believed by the US Geological Survey, USGS, scientists to occur due to the tidal stresses connected to the distance between the earth and moon. So what that means is the survey counts that distance between the moon and earth and the connection is so strong that they can the earth moonquakes happens in the moon. It also happens on earth, as you know, but it also happens in moon. Did you guys know that? That's so interesting. Before this I didn't know that, so because of you guys, because of the show, I'm learning new things. Isn't that awesome, guys? Okay, to my second story. So my second story is about a podcast. So the podcast name is Work in Progress. So this is a very interesting podcast. So if you don't know, if you guys know Sophia Bush, an actress, entrepreneur, and activist, hosts this conversational podcast, Work in Progress. So the name is Work in Progress. It's for listeners who enjoy educational and engaging conversation about their personal and professional life struggles and how to navigate them. Bush interviews professionals from all walks of life who have succeeded in navigating life's journey. So this is a great podcast. It's education, and it's just educational, and you can just you open internet and just listen to it. What this is, you can learn different people's experience, how they navigated life to their career success, to that point that you say, oh yeah, I've done a lot in my career, I've done a lot in my life to get to this moment. What parts that they took, like sometimes they have, oh, should I go to the right path, should I go to the left path? They tell you that, right? So this is a great podcast. So the name is Work in Progress, and I hope you guys check it out. Okay, now before I conclude, I'd like to tell you guys something. So I'm introducing a new segment. So the new segment's name is Movies or TV Shows You Should Watch on the Weekends. Today I have a movie that you guys should, and it's a fact, you guys, it's a must. You guys should watch this movie. The movie's name is Rescued by Ruby. Okay, so this is I'm not gonna tell you too much, but it's just a movie about a dog, and it's an animal movie. Who doesn't like love animal movies? So this is a great movie, and it's also it's also done by an actor, Grant. If you don't know, he has done Flash and the show. He's still on the Flash. I love the Flash, and I know him, so it says a great movie. If you guys want to watch it, the movie's name is Rescued by Ruby, and the movie is on Netflix. And that's all for me. As always, this is Nibras Khan from Youth Connect. I'll see you all next week. Thank you. Take care. Back to it. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Now, Nibras, when you first said moonquakes, I had no idea what you meant. But when you explained it, I think I learned something new. So thank you so much, Nibras. Now, we got to go on to our final thing, our super secret surprise. What is it? You know what's going to be, guys? It's going to be Jeffrey. What? But he's not here. So how can he do that? Here is our secret surprise for this week.
Thanks, Aiden. Hi, everybody.
Tell me that you want the kind of things my hands can buy. I don't care too much money, money can't buy me love. Everybody tells me something about me love. No, 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 no. Say no need no diamond rings, and I'll be satisfied. Tell me that you want the kind of things the money just can't buy. I don't care too much money, money can't buy me love, can't buy me love. Everybody tells me so, can't buy me love. No, 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 no. Say don't need no diamond rings, and I'll be satisfied. Tell me that you want the kind of things money just can't buy. I don't care too much money, money can't buy me love, can't buy me love. Love can't buy me love. Oh.
Thank you, everybody. This is Jeffrey Yankovic from Youth Connect. I'll see you all next week. It's back to you, Aiden.
Holy macaroni, guys. A little bit of technical difficulties here and there, guys. But guess what? I couldn't even tell if Jeffrey was here or not here. Was he here this entire time in secret? Or was he just so good at singing in a live recording? It was a live recording, guys. I could just tell you that Jeffrey sang for the entire time, and it was absolutely amazing. And it was a really true song that he sang. Before we end, I know I always say this, it's been 2 weeks, but one final announcement, the final bit. A final shout out again to our amazing organizers of the upcoming Neurodivergent Infinity Network of Educators, also known as 9. The Smashing Humans are hosting the 2022 Intersectional Infinity Summit. That kicks off Sunday, March 27th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, I know it seems weird how I keep reminding you guys about it, but it is such an important event. There is going to be stories about having disability, the people of all abilities sharing their stories, and all around a good learning experience. It's free. It's cool to check out. And please, oh please, if you have the time on Sunday and throughout the week, please check it out. It is such an amazing, very awesome program that you guys should check out. Anyways, though, this is the end of Youth Connect. If you liked Youth Connect, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to click the notification bell.
Other than that, guys, we will see you all later. Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.